Hey, good morning. This is Andy, and welcome to KINEX Advanced Sales. Today, special guest star, Giselle Bernabe, Jay-Z Bernabe. She's going to cover one of the most important things that we do in sales is giving people options, and she's going to cover it in the context of the alternate advance. And one, she's going to do it in cold calling, and two, she'll do it in general sales process. So let's take a look at what she's got to offer today. Fantastic work by Jay-Z Bernabe.
Hi, I'm Jay-Z Bernabe, an engagement manager here at KINEX. Today we'll talk about a simple yet fantastic sales tip that you can use not just on your cold calls, but on your everyday life too. Now this is something that you can practice with maybe on your family, friends, or maybe your partner. Let's talk about alternate advance. Now did you know that MBA school team actually describes this as a technique employed at the last stage of selling a product in which a salesperson puts forth 2 or 3 alternatives before a prospect in order to complete the sales process. Now, generally, you know that making a decision is challenging and just altogether energy consuming. Someone asking you where you want to eat or merely what you want to eat is already very energy consuming in its own. What more for a business owner making a business decision? So instead of forcing them to create a path of their own, you give them 2 or 3 roads to walk through. You give them options so that you can help them make a decision. Providing them with alternatives actually gives them the path of least resistance. Now, if you're a salesperson here at KINEX and have already attended sales training, this would be very familiar with you. When would you be available for a quick discovery call with me and our experts? Would Wednesday or Friday make sense for you? Now, this is a very good example for alternative advance and very easy to use as well. But what do you think if you can turn things around? What about Monday next week? Which would be more convenient for you, Mr. John? Morning or the afternoon? Now, this gives them more direct and specific options to choose from. Let's say another business perspective, right? Let's say you're a realtor and you're meeting with a multi-billionaire business owner who's looking for condo units. Didn't specify how many, didn't specify how much the budget is, and didn't specify how large he would want the condo units to be. So you show them around all day long. And at the end of the day, you sit in the office with them and you go for the close. Would you ask, do you like the unit that I showed you? Or would you ask them, do you want to start with 3 or 5 units? Now, instead of them saying no and walking out on you right away, you help them by giving them an option on whether they'd want to start with 3 or 5 units for them to buy from you. Now, let's say in the application part, as a person, right? Like not as a salesperson, but just as a person of your own. Try to create an example right now. Let's count from like 7 seconds. 4, 5, 6, 7. Have you thought of one already? Well, if you haven't, it's totally fine. But if you have, you should comment down below. But let's go for the basics, right? Asking someone to go on a date with you. Let's paint a picture in your head. Let's say you're feeling a little caught up with work all week long. And it's already Friday, and all you want to do is go out. So you do. You go out alone, right? You drive out alone. You go and drink at your favorite local bar alone. And you see this beautiful lady sitting across the bar. And you can see, and you can definitely feel that she was giving glances at you. So you try to check her out, right? You see that she has some friends with her, and so anxiety starts to creep in. You can't breathe, and you start to panic, and it seems like you just want to lie down on the floor and just crawl up into a ball. But you don't do that, of course, right? You just talk to the bartender and you order a shot, and you go for it. And you order another shot and another shot until a shot turns into a bottle. Hopefully not a bottle, but now you start to have more energy and more freedom or more confidence, right? Some people generally would just want to buy this lady a drink from across the bar and just let the bartender give it to her, right? But imagine, instead of that general side glance that she gives you, instead of a general look on her face that she would not remember, and instead of her saying thank you to a drink that you would give her, which again she would not remember, how does this image look for you? You go up from your seat, you walk to her and her friends, and you say hi. First, you say hi to her girlfriends, right? And they all giggle, right? They all laugh a little bit. The intoxication very much helping you build your confidence and their sense of humor as well, probably. And now you go and talk to the lady that you were eyeing the whole night. Now, instead of buying her a drink of your choice, right? Or asking her, would you like a drink? How do you think this sounds? Well, are you feeling like more of a tequila or more of a vodka night? Now you give her options, right? You totally throw out the no option out of the window and you give them whether it's going to be a vodka or tequila type of night that you would buy her. Now, this is the type of opportunity or options that you would want to give your clients or prospects as well. Now, what about going back to the work thing, right? How would you use it in a work setting? Let's count another 7 seconds for you to try to think of one. Have you thought of one already? Well, it's totally fine if you haven't. But if you have, comment down below what you've thought of again. And then let's get it up for discussion. Now, let's say, right, your boss asks you to create a video. And you really have no idea how to start it because he wants you to create a training video and he wants it done right away. And you really have no idea how to start. I mean, you kind of have it in your head, but it hasn't been outlined yet, right? So you have to put it in writing, and realistically, let's say it's Friday today, weekend is about to come, you're gonna move in to another new place of yours. And so it's going to be the weekend, and really weekend would just not exist for you anymore. So if your boss asks you to create the video right away, do you just say, Mr. John, I just can't do it? Or, Mr. John, I can't do it today? Do you think that would be a good idea? Or do you think it would be better for you to ask, I can definitely do that, Mr. John. How does submitting it on Tuesday or Wednesday work? Which would be better? Now, again, you give them an option, right? You give your boss an option on when you would want this video to be submitted. And plus side, it also gives you more time to create the video. Now, I hope you liked this video for today. Comment down below any samples that you've thought of, and then let's stack it up for discussion. Comment down below as well on who you would want to see on our next sales training video. Thank you so much and enjoy the rest of your day.
Hey, nice work by Jay-Z Bernabe. Fantastic work. I think she gives you some really good ways that you can use this in your business and in your personal life. Clearly, she spends a lot of time at the bar and a lot of time dating. Woo. Okay, now recap real fast. Cold calling. Options. Mr. Jones, would you prefer to do the meeting this Thursday or next Tuesday? Which would be better, Thursday or Tuesday? Versus, Mr. Jones, are you free on Thursday or Tuesday? No. Notice, right? If you ask it that way, you get a yes or no ending to your question. That causes you problems, harder to move the ball down the field. So make sure you say it with option A or option B, not a binary. Now, in closing, same deal. You could use this for when do you want to start? How many do you want? Mr. Jones, would you like to start with 3 units or 6 units? Which would be better for you, 3 units or 6? How do you want to start? 3 or 6? Or, Mr. Jones, great, fantastic. I'm glad we're getting this started. Hey, do you want to start next Monday or should we start on March 1st? Which would be better to start, next Monday or March 1st? Not. Do you want to start on March 1st? No. Do you want to start on next Thursday? No. Do you want to start next Thursday or March 1st? Force them to take an option. This will make your sales process a lot smoother. They're already ready to buy. You're just making it easy for them to buy because decisions are tough. Now, Jay-Z uses this in her dating and her drinking life. I use this in my get home life. Notice I don't like cooking. I don't want to do it. And I get home and I see my wife and she's on the couch and she's eating her bonbons. Maybe she's playing on her Candy Crush. I walk in and I'm like, darling, I love you. How are you? Hey, do you want to make dinner or do you want to order dinner? Make it or order it. Notice, either way, she's doing it, not me. And that's how you get out of making dinner using the alternate advance. Again, if you liked this video and thought it was helpful, smash the like button. Also, Jay-Z Bernabe asked you, who do you want to see next? Got a lot of fantastic people here. Who do you want to see in the next sales video? Thanks again. KINEX Sales.